Hey, my keyboard shortcuts work. Hello, everyone. Welcome to a stream. Uh, it's after only 2 weeks. I hope everyone is having a good Sunday. I am logging in now to the Fool Around and Find Out challenge server. Everyone knows the drill, please. I haven't had too much time to set up, so let me know if my mic volume is okay, the game volume is okay, and so on. I don't have the game. Hello, Meth. I don't have the game full screen today because when this game is full screen, it makes it harder to look at other stuff. And last time I needed to do that a bunch, so there might be some small black bars at the top and bottom. Forgive, please. Yar is online. Papa is online, and I'm online. I'm streaming. You have been warned. I think they may be watching already, but just in case. Make sure everybody is aware. Oh yeah, Yar's in the chat. Hi, Yar. So, we are on the same server that I streamed from 2 weeks ago. In case anyone was not here, doesn't know what's going on, this is a modded, heavily modded server. I've put a whole bunch of mods on here to make the game way more difficult. Mic volume is great. Alright, cool. There probably hasn't been much game volume yet. We got Papa in here. Hello, Papa. Can wave to Papa. Hello! Oh, bumping my head in the ceiling. We're inside a building. As you will notice, it is snowing outside, or snow covered outside. It is January 9th. We have 12-day months, by the way. Game volume is great. Awesome. Thank you very much. Base looks beautiful. I am only partly responsible for this. I have been playing on the server a little bit. Let's go outside. How's my body temperature? I'm at 37 degrees. I do have a fur coat, but I don't really have much other warm clothes. So I did build this. I am not a great builder. Yar captured some animals. That's good. I am definitely. I don't have the eye to be a good builder, but it may not be the most aesthetically pleasing place, but it's functional. It does what we need it to do. It, I believe, gives us a slight temperature bonus while we're inside, so we are less frozen, not completely unfrozen. Body temperature will decrease with time, and I'll have to warm up. Hello, Yar! Yay! Give you a emote wave as well. Nice to see you. Alright, I'm gonna give a tour of what I'm aware of. So, when we started, first of all, when we started a couple weeks ago, spawn is across this lake that's up ahead. Hello, Captain Dysphoria. Welcome. And we had this... I'm just gonna jog over. Walking's too slow, especially in the snow. We got this big lake over here. Oh gosh, I touched, what is that, raspberry? Yeah, raspberry bushes. They're spiky. It's true to life. It's a very realistic game. So, as you can see, this lake is partially frozen over at this point. This is lake ice underneath all this. We can slip and slide on it if we want to. Oh, maybe not with the snow. Oh, there's a... There is a raft trapped under the ice. So, across this lake, a little bit sort of that-ish way, is our teleporter. So one of the mods we have is teleportation network. Basically put it on every server because the game doesn't really have much in the way of fast travel. So this is our firing area for pottery. So we've got lingonberry plants here, and there's not going to be any fruit right now. Meet the cat is behind me. He is very displeased that I'm not paying attention to him. 1 hour, bud. Give me 1 hour. So this was our starting house. But, I don't remember who made it. I think maybe it was Papa plus and or Yar, perhaps. There's still some stuff in here. Some basic materials. This log cabin was built. And when the players made the log cabin, they did not know. I knew. But I was not giving away the secrets because that would spoil the challenge. There's a setting in the vanilla game, not a mod. Hello, Super the Underdog, welcome. There's a setting in the vanilla game, when you're creating a world, you can tick a box that will have lightning strikes have a chance to start fires. And fire does spread in this game in a fairly realistic way. It can be very aggressive. So, I saw that they built this log cabin, and I didn't say anything, because I didn't want to spoil the challenge. I didn't want to spoil the surprise. And sure enough, within the first 24 hours of the server being open, a wildfire started over there because there was a lot of lightning strikes in this area, sometimes without even rain. There's now a open field over there. We'll go take a look at that before it gets too dark. And I don't remember which player, one of the players was online when it happened, freaking out slightly, and encased the log cabin in packed dirt to make sure it wouldn't burn down. And it has just kind of stayed this way. Now, we did wind up moving over to where that other house is, because if you notice, at the bottom of the screen here, this green gear, that is my temporal stability. This is another vanilla mechanic of the game. I'm going to explain stuff as though people are not familiar with the game. Welcome back, Azunti. I don't know how many people are experienced and how many aren't. This is one of the base mechanics of the game, temporal stability. Most of the surface is temporally stable, which means this gear will not move. Or if your stability is low, it will move to the right and charge you up. I say to the right, clockwise. The fact that it is moving counterclockwise means that this area here is slightly temporally unstable. Now when you go underground, it is increasingly unstable the deeper you go. So if you go mining for a while, you have to come back up now and then to top up your stability. But having your base in an unstable area means that over time you're gradually losing that stability. So I'm going to come up over here. I'll show you all the big... This all was forest previously. And now there's this big open field, which was not here before. So this is what happens. Stuff catches on fire. Right now in the winter, we're not terribly at risk of wildfires because it doesn't really lightning. There is this other building over here under construction. We'll go take a peek at this and then we'll go back to where the others are. But I believe Tells, one of the players, and also a modder, a respected modder of the Vintage Story community who made a couple of the mods that are on this server, in fact. I've been building this castle over here. Not part of the challenge specifically, but no reason why they can't. You can build a nice base. There's a lot of modded materials in here that you can use. They're building this castle. This is out of wattle and daub and out of mud bricks. So these are all early game materials, actually. They look really nice. And they're using these red clay shingles for the roof, which looks really good as well. So this is clearly under construction, but it is coming along very nicely. And then I think basically everyone else has been over at this beautiful, beautiful, very well designed and aesthetically pleasing little cottage that I threw together with various types of cobblestone for the most part that I found, mostly by breaking down ruins that I found. So, Tells is online. There we go. Hello, Tells. Don't know if Tells is watching the stream as well. Probably. I think most of these folks usually watch while they're playing. So, and this right here is the well. Now, I made this a couple days ago. So one of the mods that's on here, which people eventually figured out, is called Hydrate or Dihydrate. Now, the base game has a nutrition system. That's this green bar. You need to eat, and there's also a nutrition system here. This is also vanilla. This is basically taken from Terra Firma Craft. If anyone watching is like, this looks like a Minecraft Terra Firma Craft, one of the major original inspirations for this game was Minecraft Terra Firma Craft. It's very much its own thing at this point, but this nutrition system is basically lifted pretty much directly from Terra Firma Craft. The more variety of nutrition you get, the more hit points you get. You get bonus hit points from it. So I have 21.9 out of 21 hit points. My nutrition must have dropped. So you don't lose that health right away. It's like bonus HP in Dungeons & Dragons or something, but the Hydrate or Dihydrate mod adds this blue bar, which is your hydration meter. Now you can drink basically any water. If you drink fresh water from a lake or a pond or something, it will give you hydration, but I'll show you what happens. You can drink from the lake over here. You can drink from flowing water as well, so this doesn't freeze. You shift and hold right click, and we took a drink. There we go. Filled up my hydration, but I see this orange bit here. I lost some saturation, and it gave me this orange bit, which is a nutritional deficit, because this water is not really super clean, and that's the way they represent that. If you dig a well, just what I did over here. Hello, Tells. Nice to see you. Your beard looks... I like the color of your beard. It complements your shirt so well, by the way. Very, very nice. So, to get fresh, clean water that won't give you that penalty, you need to dig a well. Now you notice this is a very deep well. You can actually see with the tooltip here. Hello, Rufty. Right now, the current well volume is 189 liters. There's actually loads of water in there. And the maximum volume is 350 liters, so it will hold up to 350 liters. And it will output 16.1 liters per day. So it's quite slow to fill up. But once it fills up, you can store quite a lot of water in there. Oh, I'm getting cold. See the screen shaking that like that? That's hold this, and then I think it's shift right click to bring it back up, and that should fill the did not fill it up. Why didn't the bucket fill? Hey. All the way. It's in there. Is it because there's already water in the bucket? Well, I can drink that. Maybe we'll throw it back in. Oh, I'm getting shivery. It's okay, we'll go inside in a second. I'll stand by a fire. Hopefully, that will be 10 liters of water now. Yeah, there we go. I guess it has to be an empty bucket. We can take this 10 liters of fresh water and we can bring it inside. Ooh, I need to get moving. I don't know if there's a fire going right now. I'm gonna have to light a fire and stand next to it. I'm moving this slowly, I think, because I'm cold. My body temperature's gotten down to 34.1 degrees. Oh no, that's too cold. We've got a little. I'm gonna need to move these things. We keep storing stuff in this spot. I made this spot here for specifically for some peat. Fire. Made this so you can stand right up against the fire, and it'll warm us back up. So stand here and watch our body temperature already going up. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Me, please don't do that. Come on, bud. A little while, okay? Just doing a short stream. Catch everybody up. He was very upset. It rained several times today, and that's his biggest fear. It's rain. Poor boy. We want this to get back up over like 37. Alright, let's see. What are people talking about? Food will be the issue? Yeah, we've got plenty of food, I think. Looks like somebody has baked some bread that has broken textures. Unfortunately, there we go. Much better. There seems to be some errors in. I'm holding the torch as well, by the way, because that also heats you up a little bit. Hello. Some of the expanded foods. I did put expanded foods on here. Maybe I shouldn't have. I'm just so used to always having it. We have water in here, but this isn't well water. Yar, don't be too mad at me for this. I'm gonna break this and let this water go. Oh, I know why I'm moving slowly. Because the hydrate or dihydrate mod makes you move slower if you're carrying more than 3 liters of water. I'm gonna make some runs to the well and back, and just fill up that barrel with well water, so we can have that available for cooking and stuff, and then it won't give us those penalties. Set that down. Pull it back up. It took me a little while to figure out you had to click on this thing on the side. Run back. Yeah, I move a lot slower because I'm weighed down by all this heavy water, which is realistic. Although, to be fair, we can carry stacks of, like, stone bricks in our pockets and not be weighed down, so... Isn't that there? Actually, you know what? Well, okay, it's not that far. I could, pick up the barrel with Carry On. One of the basic mods that everybody's got to play with, I think. There are people who don't, but it's one of those quality of life mods that everyone I know who plays Vintage Story will not play without Carry On. A lot of people say it should be in the vanilla game. It just allows you to like pick up containers and move them around without breaking them and having to empty them out. And I remember hearing, and someone can correct me if I am mistaken about any of this, I'm not 100% sure if it's right, but I remember hearing that the developers were thinking or planning to put it in the base game. But they couldn't agree on which items it should be possible to carry like that, and so they just never did it. You carry a house in your backpack. Wait, a house? Oh, you mean like in materials? Yeah, no, it's true. Alright, one more, and we'll have a full barrel of well water, and then this can continue filling up slowly with time. Can I get out of there first? Send it down. Meep, cut it out. Meep the cat does this thing when he's hungry, and I am not dropping everything to feed him because it's not time to feed him. Where he goes around and he starts licking stuff that isn't food. Like he licks the brush on his scratching post and stuff like that, which sometimes cats will lick brushes and things like that just to like clean their tongue or something like that, or because it feels good, I'm not sure. But he seems to only do it when he's hungry, and it makes him sneeze. And actually the sound of my cat sneezing drives me a little bit nuts. And I feel like he knows that. Alright. I'm gonna make some food. So we've got a, I was gonna give a tour of this place. Alright, so we've got this sort of entry room. I found this tapestry completely intact in a ruin. That was pretty cool. There's some spears and some various tools here. I found this aged wooden bed in a ruin, also very cool. And there's just some sort of bits and bobs around in this room. Somebody purchased from a trader some violet glass, which is, I gotta say, pretty clever. I should also show, maybe once the sun comes up, what the actual challenge is. So, out here we've got our wood processing area, so we have the Indappled Groves mod on here, which makes cutting up and processing wood way more complicated than in vanilla. You just drop stuff in your crafting grid and it just makes firewood or planks or whatever, but in here you gotta actually sit and you gotta chop at the blocking, you gotta saw at the sawhorse and everything. We got that there. In here you've seen our little kitchen area. By the way, I'm pretty sure, in case anyone's not aware, I'm pretty sure that it doesn't matter to the game whether the doors are open or closed in terms of temperature. You can leave the doors open and it won't remove the temperature bonus. Again, let me know if I'm mistaken about that, but as far as I know, that is the case. So you don't have to worry too much about closing the doors behind you. It's not a big deal. We got a little smithing area in here. Ooh, we have an iron anvil now. That's new. That was not here the last time I logged in. And we've got loads of ore. And I gotta say, one of the things that I wanted to be challenging about this world was finding ore. So I set the ore generation to the absolute minimum, which is 10%. And I thought it's going to take ages for folks. And I also disabled entirely surface copper and surface tin, which are usually the way people get their first nuggets. I also installed a mod called Interesting Ore Generation, I think is the name of it. And, ooh, gold plate. It's a very cool mod and I like it a lot. It just adds a lot of different structures for ore to spawn in. Because in vanilla, they basically all just spawn in these like discs, these flat discs that are just like 1 to 3 blocks thick. And it's you know, it's always the same. And so this mod adds like veins that kind of move around and like tubes and vertical discs and these sort of like oblong cylinderish, like rounded cylinder shapes and stuff like that. And it also impacts which ores spawn together. So in vanilla, to find silver or gold, you have to find a quartz vein, and then very, very rarely a quartz vein will contain either silver or gold. And usually only a few pieces. This mod makes silver and gold spawn way more frequently. You can find gold in copper veins. You can find silver with lead. Both of those are very, very common ores. And also, it turns out the spawns seem to be a lot bigger than those vanilla discs. So now that I am aware of that after testing it out with this, if I do something similar to this again, I'll probably look into, I think there's some config options for that mod to make the veins smaller or less frequent. But it turned out that finding ore was actually super easy, and then once you find ore, you got so much. We get all this copper, we get all this tin, we get all of this iron. This is all rich limonite or limonite, I'm not sure. We got a bit of meteorite, meteoric iron, and we've got so much gold and so much silver, and it's just kind of nuts. So there's just stacks of ingots of everything. That did not turn out to be the challenge I had intended it to be. It's alright. I'm not mad. Got Ooh, 40.2 liters of blood. That can be used in place of eggs in expanded food recipes, in case anyone doesn't know. These are all these things that I'm revealing are things that players have now found out. When we first started, I kind of didn't want to tell them anything. Get some acorns. We got the acorns mod in here. Looks like Tells is cooking something. We got turnip and bearded tooth mushroom stew. Very nice. We got a storage room in here. So we've got dirts and peat. We've got trunks full of various things. First death berries. Yes. The first deaths on the server were due to eating poison berries. Oh, that's another mod that I will explain in a second. This fleece here and the wool stuff is from one of Tells' mods, actually. The wool and things mod. But yeah, one of the things that I did in vanilla, when you mouse over a food, it gives you the saturation information and the category and all that stuff, and it also tells you if it's poisonous, how much damage it will do to your health. And I downloaded a mod called Mushroom Roulette. Ooh, we're very low on wood here. Okay, good to know. And it just removes that line from the tooltips. So meat being prepared healthy smoked prime meat gives 6 HP. Nice to know. Very nice. We got our cellar down here. There we go. And it's all very well organized. I cannot take credit for this. I believe it was Yar who did all this organization. We got plenty of vegetables that were grown on the farm. However, these are wild varieties for the most part and a few small ones. These give you see, they only give 20 saturation. Mushrooms, by contrast, give 80. In vanilla, the vegetables that you get are all the same size, and they give much more saturation than this for each vegetable. But one of the mods that's on here as a challenge is, what is it, the Art of Growing, which we also have on my main server. This is not the main server, this is the challenge server. And it means you find seeds in the wild, and they only grow wild varieties. But every time you harvest a crop, there's a chance that it will drop a slightly larger variety, like these small onions, and then you can keep replanting to try to breed them up into larger varieties. So for your first winter, this is not as much food as it looks like. We'll probably be fine. I'm sure we'll be fine, actually. But it's not as much as it looks like. We've got extra vessels. Look at this. Raw proteins. Got some clean offal. Can use that to make some blood sausage. These will last for, yeah, like 10 days is the shortest one because it's winter. So everything is, yeah, here's the blood sausage you can make with the offal. Smoked, cured, healthy prime meat. 200 saturation each. And fresh for 30 years. Incredible. So seeds for planting once the spring comes. This is all the fruit we have left. Obviously, we're not getting any new fruit during the winter, unless somebody wants to travel about 100,000 blocks to the south where it's warmer. But the fruits that are still remaining are the ones that last a long time. These are here. So we got our grains now. So these are both the seed and the food. So we have to make sure we save enough of the grain to replant in the spring, but I think we've got plenty. Hot, hefty mushroom onion stew on the stove. I will gladly have some of that. I have managed to get a little bit hungies running around. Thank you very much, Talis. Nom nom nom. Yeah, I'm gonna need a couple bowls actually. I'll cook some more food later, but I'll set the rest of that one down. And I might just have a sip of water. Have any mugs? I'll just use a bowl. Just have a sip of this well water, nice and clean, will not give me a nutrition deficit. Lovely. Looks better than it tastes. Looks alright. So, oh, and we've got the upstairs. Oh, yeah, and we've got these breads, these blood breads, which are more nutritious than regular bread, but for some reason, well, it looks fine when you take it off the shelf. Interesting. The texture's only broken on the shelf. Some of anything with Wildcraft fruit and nut is one of the mods we have on the server. For some reason, the Wildcraft fruits work fine with the expanded foods recipes, but the textures are all broken. I don't know why. I made some muffins with the Wildcraft stuff before, and yeah, they're all broken textures. So this is the upstairs. I don't think it's really being used yet. These are all my spare building materials. Again, I got almost all of these materials by just breaking down ruins. I've been doing a lot of exploring and mining, because I don't really want to do too much in terms of progression for the challenge goals, because I am the challenger, not the challengee. And I want to let the players kind of figure things out on their own. Although if somebody wants me to do something in particular, just let me know, and I can do it. But, don't want to solve the puzzles for them, you know. But I have been the one who's gotten most of the ore. By the way, anyone who's playing, if you want to use one of these rooms for something, please feel free. I don't have any intended purpose for them. I just thought we could use some more space. So, go right ahead and fill them up with stuff, decorate them, whatever you want to do. My nose is itchy. My allergies have been nuts. Been sneezing all day. Taken several antihistamines. Yeah, I don't have all that much. I've got a bug net here. We have a Lepidopterist, which is a modded trader a little ways to the east, who will buy butterflies that you catch the butterfly net. So I carry around a butterfly net everywhere I go. What's the time here? It's quite early. Yeah, we got Violet Glass, gotta make it luminous. You know what I might do? I'm gonna jump very briefly. Nobody get mad at me. This is just to show the viewers, in case anyone was not here before. I'm gonna jump briefly into creative mode. Ooh, oh my gosh, I'm cheating. Don't tell anyone that I'm cheating, okay? Definitely don't tell the server admin. I don't want to get banned. So I'm gonna fly over to our spawn. There's not much to do in the middle of the night anyway. That is not our spawn, that's a trader. By the way, look at that night sky. Oh, there's clouds above us. Look at that beautiful black night sky. Can see it in the distance. I don't know how well this is going to come through on Twitch, because I know it likes to compress, especially pixel arty sort of games. Oh, Meep has given up and has flopped down on the floor, by the way. I will see before the end of the stream if I can get him to let me pick him up. He doesn't really like being picked up most of the time, but he will let me briefly sometimes. This is our spawn, and this is the modded teleporter. Oh my gosh. Words are hard to say, okay? They just are. I think this is the only one that's been unlocked and fixed. But when you unlock one of these, you find them, and then you can repair them. Oh, there is. Oh, I'm in creative mode. I shouldn't have done that. Well, we already knew that there was another teleporter, because me and Mama Jama found it on an adventure when I had to rescue her because she got lost. But we didn't have a temporal year to repair it, so it's not activated. But here at spawn, it's the Cave of Wonders here. Fool around and find out. Place one of each item in its designated spot. But how? I think everyone's figured out how at this point. Do not break or take any blocks from the Sacred Cavern. So the 3 items that the players need to make and place here in order to complete the challenge is the Steel Lantern, the JPS, the Luminous Violet Glass. Steel Lantern is a vanilla item. It is it's just a lantern like this one, but made with steel. That's a challenge because you need a candle, which is actually not that difficult, especially because I did put expanded foods on here. I kind of regret putting expanded foods on here. I think I sort of did it just automatically because I always do. And it does make a lot of things easier, and it doesn't really make anything harder. So, anyway, a gift to everyone. But the main difficulty in this is that you need two steel ingots to make a steel plate for the lantern, and steel is quite complicated to make. So we are not at the point where we can make steel. That's eventually that will be made. The JPS, you may notice if you're watching, if you're a Vintage Story player, that I am missing the mini-map, which is usually in the top right, and the coordinates. Those have not been disabled in the game itself. They have been disabled by a mod called Craftable Cartography, I believe is the name of it. And it disables those features, but you can sort of reactivate them by creating specific items. And the JPS is the sort of top tier item, which essentially restores all of the functionality that it had disabled before. So it turns on the map, it turns on the coordinates, and it shows you your position on the map. So first you can build a map, craft, you can create a map, and that just maps out the terrain, but it doesn't tell you where you are on it, which I think is quite clever. You can make a compass, which will tell you your coordinates. Oh no, it doesn't even tell you your coordinates. It just tells you which direction is north, right? Or which direction you're facing, like a compass does. Then there's the sextant, which can be used to tell you your coordinates. And your heading, yes, thank you. And then you can make this very advanced JPS, which requires a lot of temporal gears. It requires some other advanced materials, some of which are a little easier to get than I planned because of the ore thing I mentioned before. But the JPS restores everything, and that can't be placed by itself, so it will be placed in the chest when it's made. And the third item is luminous violet glass. Now, you may have seen that somebody has purchased violet glass from a trader, which is very clever because making violet glass is in and of itself a little bit complicated, right? You can smelt amethysts, which are not common. I think you can get them by sifting bony soil sometimes, or maybe you can buy them. Probably very, very rarely you might be able to mine them. Or you make a violet glass batch, which is made with just a whole bunch of different materials. It's not simple, right? But somebody was able to purchase violet glass, so that step is all good. However, this is requiring luminous violet glass. Here we go. To make that, you have to make a luminous violet glass batch, which is made out of the violet glass batch, which you can make from crushing the glass that they already purchased. But you also need red phosphorus powder, temporal powder, and white phosphorus powder. And these things require not only rare materials and ingredients, but also mechanical power to crush them up. So, you may not actually have to crush this one. I think it's the temporal powder that requires, yeah. So you to make the temporal powder, you have to grind up temporal pieces. To make temporal pieces, you have to crush a temporal gear or a large temporal gear, and that requires mechanical power. So, it's challenging, and that's why I called it a challenge. Let's fly back and pretend that I never came over here. Don't tell anybody. The chat, I'm trusting you. Don't snitch on me, okay? Don't rat me out. Don't tell the boss. Gonna fly right back over the water. Moon? Moon peeking out from behind the clouds. Fly towards the light source. Actually, that's the log cabin, I think. This over there is the little cobblestone cottage that I threw together. While I'm flying over, if anyone is interested in joining, just check out my Patreon. That is how you get in here. If you don't want to join the Patreon, you can still join the community, join the Discord. Alright, back into survival mode. I didn't do anything. I was right here the whole... Oh, I'm cold. All the cold kicks in at once. That's my penance. My penance for cheating. I forgot that it does that. It still accrues the cold. It just doesn't kick in. It doesn't affect you until you jump into survival mode. Oh my goodness, my whole face itches, you guys. Embarrassing to like scratch your nose on camera, but it's so itchy. It's one of the reasons why I'm only doing a short stream today. I'm also just very, very tired. I had a very, very long, stressful work week. I was given a lot of extra work that I was not expecting to have, with very tight deadlines, so I am just like mentally and physically exhausted. I did manage it all though, and I have the next 2 days off, so I can, you know, do all the house cleaning and whatnot that I've been avoiding doing, and hopefully make some progress on my dang video. I'm gonna throw one more peat block on there. Here we go. Get me all the way back up. I think 37.8 is the standard basic temperature. Although, is it hydrate or dihydrate that adds the temperature? I think it might be. The vanilla game punishes you for being cold, but not for being hot. But one of the mods adds penalties for being hot as well. Man, that already went out? Okay, it's still hot. Come on, warm me up a little more than that. I'm chilly. Tell you what, I'm gonna make some soup. I'm gonna make some soup for everyone. Kinda wanna leave one of these, jugs. Oh my goodness. Hello. Kinda wanna leave one of these jugs on the shelf so I can easily grab it to make soup. Use this nice well water. 6 liters maximum. Just drop that there. See what we can make some soup with, eh? Make some delicious, delicious soup. There's vats for 6 liters now. Oh, okay. Didn't even realize. Alright. We need at least 2 slots, I think, of vegetables. And we can do a slot of protein. We don't have 6 of a protein, though. Maybe we'll just do a vegetable soup. It's alright. These are gonna go bad first. So there's 2 slots, and then maybe... Obviously, they're not gonna go bad anytime soon, anyway. But that's just because it's winter. Once the temperature warms up, there is smoked protein. I don't think that can go in the. I'll see if it can go in the soup. I'm not sure if it will allow that. But if so, then that is what we should do. Will you allow it? Yay! It will. We're gonna get some serious nutrition here, friends. Toss some more peat in here. Just get right up in it. And get as warm as I can get. I should probably try to make myself some more warm clothing, or at least repair. The thing is, to repair the clothing, we would have to use the flax. And we don't have that much flax because of the Art of Growing mod that makes the farming, you know, give you less products. So we don't actually have that much flax. And I knew that the players were going to need the flax for mechanical power to make sails for windmills. So I didn't want to use up the... You can use wool squares. Okay, I tried to use wool thread before. Or wool twine, whatever the little spools ones was, and it didn't work. Maybe it needs to be the squares. Do we have wool squares, though? I don't think we have enough wool. I think the little bits of fur that we have they need to be processed somehow, right? Yeah, we don't have any. Oh. Yeah. This could make one, but I don't want to use up those resources. Only light wool twine can repair clothing. That explains it. I don't want to use the flax twine, because that is precious, and we don't have enough to make light wool twine, so... I will, What are we doing here? Almost done? Oh. I want soup. So one of the things I like about the hydrate or dihydrate mod is it gives a reason to make soup. Because soup is a vanilla food item, but there's not really a reason to make it in vanilla. Because you can always make something more nutritious by not filling that first slot with water. You can always, like, you can add more ingredients. You can have 4 slots of ingredients instead of just 3 and then 1 for the water. But hydrate or dihydrate, you need the... I can't... I gotta stand by my fire. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and take this. I'm just gonna throw that here. I don't think we need the juice press right now. I did make shelves so that we could put pots and bowls and stuff on the shelves. Actually, what happened to there were 2 more shelves here. Or they moved somewhere else. Can always make more. Excuse me. Moved them. I'm just gonna throw one more shelf up over there so we can have... Problem with putting the bowls and stuff in the basket. Or on the floor. Well, actually, can't really see it up there, can we? And then we can't grab them with one click. Yeah, the soup doesn't look super nice. But it's very nutritious, and it gives you water as well as food saturation. So I was kind of hoping we'd get a little sunlight during this stream. 4:30, but it's winter, so it's gonna take a while for the sun to come up. We only have the one bed, so. We'll grind you up, Tells. Oh, I can't spin it because there's nothing inside. Yeah, it is amazing how much ore we've wound up with. All of this iron is from a single vein that was visible from the surface. I didn't even have to go underground to find it. And I dug the whole thing up and brought it back. And now I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I helped a little too much. But there's still, in order to get the steel for the steel lantern, a lot of steps have to be completed. Especially a whole bunch of mechanical power, which means a lot of flax. Right now, not that much flax. Definitely not enough for the sails. Got more nails and strips here. Compost. Composting. Somebody had been aging meat in here. I do believe that each one of these rooms will count as a cellar, actually. So you can store the food pretty much anywhere, and it will still get the bonus. Because of the size and the materials. Oh, actually, maybe not, because the ceiling's made of wood. I don't think wood counts, does it? Stone and the dirt obviously do. But I think it would ignore the wood, and then it might be too big. Count the upper rooms as well. I do want to make a staircase that goes upstairs, because climbing a ladder is kind of slow. But doing that will require some kind of renovations, moving stuff out of the way, so I haven't done that yet. Is the sun coming up? Is that the sunrise music? Oh, it is a little bit. Oh, look how pretty. Wanted to go say hi to the Lepidopterist. Figure I should wait till daytime. It'll be a little bit warmer out. It's a problem with winter. We're not early game, so we don't need to be like, you know, clay forming our basic molds and stuff like that at night. And it's cold, so I can't really go exploring. Oh, by the way, something that I discovered. Another mod that we have, you may notice there's a blue bar on each of the tools, as well as the bottom bar is the durability, but the top bar is the sharpness. And as I mouse over this, you can see sharpness, head durability, handle durability, binding durability. So we have the, I think it's called Toolsmith mod, where you put the tools together with different materials. And then when your tool breaks, it's usually the handle or the binding that breaks. And then you can reuse the head on a new tool. So you kind of get more use out of your tools that way. But yeah, it turns out one of the bindings that you can use is these right here. And they're way more durable than like rope, which I was using before. Really like the Toolsmith mod, Meth? Yeah, it's good. I like it as well. This is the first time I've used it, and I wouldn't mind having a permanent server with a lot of these mods on it. I think if I put Indappled Groves... Hello? I think if I put Indappled Groves on main server, I do believe my players would riot. I don't think most of them enjoy... Well, some of you seem to enjoy chopping firewood and stuff. Obviously, once you get far enough into progression, you can use sort of mechanical stuff like this splitter right here to make the firewood. So you don't actually have to do everything manually forever. Crossblade does make it easy, yeah. Alright. My body temperature's back up to normal. It's 6 a.m. I think I'm gonna go take a walk over to the Lepidopterist. Go say hello. It's light enough to see now. Take my... Hopefully I will not start getting cold, because I'm not bringing a torch with me. Was that... It's hard to make? Yeah, it's a sort of advanced tool, but once you have it, I don't think it breaks, right? Get over and say hello to the butterfly seller. I did leave some dead butterflies over there that I had, Oh, there's a whole bunch of fences over here. Somebody's been busy. Oh, somebody's got some animals going over here. Oops. Piggies and bees and honey. Excellent. Somebody's raising some pigs. I don't know that we have the spare food for raising pigs right now, but... doesn't hurt to try. Everything is frozen. No berries. No food to eat along the way. Did they all die? I saw a couple of them in there. They were in a little pit. Then we got these cairns. Because we don't have a map at the start, I added a mod which you can use to make cairns to mark paths. They are a little hard to see, actually. These are just kind of smaller ones. You can make larger ones, but... I was making a path to the Lepidopterus from Mamajama, who doesn't have the best sense of direction in the game. Actually, no, this is to my copper mine. There is still copper left in here. But we don't need it. We got loads and loads. Oh, we got a dead fox. I'm gonna grab that, actually. And there's a bear still in here. Oh, I don't think I've mentioned this yet. Oh, there's 2 bears in here. What the heck? Oh my gosh, there's a family of bears in here. What? I knew there was 1 bear. There was 1 bear in here the last time I was here. We got a whole bunch of them now. If anyone needs large hides or huge hides... Beartown. Welcome to Beartown. Wow. Is that a wolf as well? Yep, that's a wolf in there too. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Something that I haven't mentioned yet about this challenge. I have been trying since the beginning of Vintage Story to find a challenge. There you are. I'm gonna get out of the way if you're trying to kill bears. I've always wanted to make a challenge that isn't about combat. I don't really enjoy the combat in this game. I don't like it, and I don't think it feels very good. I don't really like combat that much in games in general. It's not why I play games. But if you take away the combat from Vintage Story, the game is so easy. There's just no challenge whatsoever in the base game. So that's why I made this server and this kind of little mod pack, is to try to find a genuine, actual challenge. That isn't based in combat. So this was the copper that I found. It went all the way up there, and I've mined all the way down to here. And I believe there's still more in the bottom. And I also found, yeah, there's still more here. I also found another copper vein to the northwest the other day. I mined up a couple of pieces from it, or a couple of stacks from it, I think. But I was like, we already have so much copper. I'm nearly done here, bud. 10 more minutes, okay? Alright. So, while Yar fights some bears, maybe leave a couple in there. It seems like they're breeding, because there was definitely only one when I walled it in. So the animals in this world will defend themselves if you attack them, but they will not attack first. They're not aggressive. And there are no monsters at all, because I added a mod, which I believe is called No Monsters, which simply removes them. They will not spawn anywhere. So, another path over here. Yes, I know me, but I'm sorry, bud. Yeah, there we go. There's one of the cairns. This path leads to the Lepidopterist. I want to see if, by any chance, it is currently buying any of the butterflies I left there that I caught before. Hang in there, bud. I know you're starving to death. He's never been fed before. I should note, the reason he's starving to death is because I have never fed him. He's never tasted food in his entire life. So, you know. Oh, Papa sold some? Nice. I left them in there intending that if anyone stops by and the trader is buying the things that we have, go ahead and sell them. Get that money. You can use it to buy temporal gears. Because without drifters and stuff to hunt, getting temporal gears is actually a little bit more difficult. You can rarely get them from sifting. But you can buy them from, I think, the treasure hunter trader. I think that's been the main way we've been getting them. Cats have a food memory of about 5 minutes, yeah. Memory? What memory? There's nothing to remember. He's literally starving to death. Too cold. Cold to get fruit, to get hazelnuts. There's still a whole bunch of mushrooms over here. It's all the poisonous ones. I need to come through. There's a little grove in here where it was just overflowing with mushrooms at all times. Mushrooms won't be growing right now, but I think the ones that had already grown may still be there. Well, clearly some of them are. Alright, as we come through over here, jog the rest of the way. I think this is where we got our bees. Bees here. I think this was close enough. Oh no, am I shivering already? Am I gonna get my temperature back in here? I didn't bring a torch. Here's our Lepidopterist. Looks like, okay, there is dead purplish... What you buying, Tori? Got anything to trade? Don't think I have any of these. I'll just grab them so I can compare. I don't remember. New goods in one day, though. Purplish copper, that's definitely not there. Small white. Southern dog face. Large white. Large blue. Nope. Can't sell these ones. Toss them in here so they're more convenient. There's another container here. Level 1 traders have a whole bunch of containers, you know? Okay, my temperature's still going down, so I better run back. Even though it's nice and beautiful. It was minus 19 degrees. Beautiful out here, but I bet this snow is probably playing havoc with Twitch's compression. Alright, I'm gonna run back. So hopefully I won't freeze to death. We'll stick the fox up on the butchering hook. That is another of the mods that I added to make things more complicated, is the butchery mod. You can just butcher, call it field butcher, animals, but then you will only get a percentage of the drops. Then you can make, like, I think they're called crude butchery hooks, and a butcher's table made from basic items or resources, flint and stuff. And then you'll get, I think, 80% of the resources. Then you can make one out of copper or better, and you get 100% of the resources. And then you can make one, I believe, out of iron, which is what we have now. And that will give you 120% of the usual resources. So actually, using the materials we have now will give more drops than the vanilla game gives you if you harvest it normally. But everyone had to work for that, to progress your way up. And you have to carry the animals home. Small animal like a fox or a hare or a chicken, you can just toss that in your inventory like I did. Larger animals, you have to give them a bag slot. So you have to lose one of your inventory slots. And we now have a butcher's bag, or huntsman's bag, something like that. I think it's called a butcher's bag. Which allows you to carry more than one animal home, but they will weigh you down. You can also knit sweaters from wool. I've never done any of the knitting, actually. I know some of the players were doing that on the other server. I have not actually looked into that. Forgot that was a thing. Alright. So, we got our advanced skinning hooks. We will hold right click to skin. This will give us a little bit of fluff. And a small hide. Is this hot right now? It's not. Okay, I'm okay. I'm alright. I'll put this fleece in here. How many red brown? Oh. I'm just gonna put the hide on the floor. I don't know if anyone needs or wants a raw hide for anything. I'm gonna leave that for whoever wants it. I'm gonna have some soup. Who doesn't love a nice warm bowl of soup? Wow, that actually gave me more thirst than hunger. Nice warm bowl of soup on a cold day. Go. And I think I might actually end the stream here. I know this is a very short one. I just wanted to do a quick update. I do need to go feed my poor cat. My poor starving cat who's been tortured by raindrops this entire day. Go out and take a quick peek at this open plain in the daylight. This was all forest. Then it burned down. But there was an advantage. Yeah. There was an advantage to the fire, which somebody discovered. This area was all low fertility soil, but when something burns, there is the pyro something mod. I can't remember the full name of it. Pyro something. Which, when you burn something on a dirt block, there is a chance that the dirt block will improve. So now we have the bits of medium fertility soil here and there amongst the low fertility, because it was burned. So, those wildfires are not necessarily a terrible thing. Just, oh, hello. Look at this, I can come right up to the wolf, and it will not bite me. Push me out of the way. I do wish that when animals are on passive, they would at least run from you if you get within a block or two, you know? Like, it doesn't really make sense that they just don't realize you're there. On basic vanilla settings, which is aggressive, the wolves will just target you, come at you, and try to kill you from a certain distance. A large distance, actually. Same with the bears. But when you disable that, except in self-defense, then they just don't realize you exist, which is actually more annoying than anything. I actually got eaten by a bear the other day, because I was trying to chop down a tree, and a bear literally ran between me and the tree, and I hit it because I was already swinging my axe, and then it just mauled me to death instantly. All dead, my goodness, Yar. That's gonna be a lot of bushmeat, it's gonna be a lot of sinew, it's gonna be a lot of huge hides, it's gonna be a lot of fat. Congratulations, well done. VS mods seem to pick up a lot of stuff from Unreal World, which kind of makes sense. Core gameplay is fairly similar. It is fairly similar. I haven't played Unreal World in ages. Man, I played that many, like 15 years ago. I bought a single version license for $3, and I played hours and hours and hours of that. Excuse me, goodness. I had to make some crude arrows too. Oh no, Tells, you're freezing. Go, you gotta go over to the fire. I don't think we can push each other. You gotta go warm up. First, this is from a bear who climbed a ladder. Oh no! Oh, fell down. Blame me for stubbing its toe in it. That is also a problem. Sometimes if animals take damage, they blame the nearest player. Yeah, you are frozen solid there, my friend. You are all frosty. Oh man. I did once get attacked on this server while I was looking for ore by a sheep, actually. It was a sheep up on a plateau. And I didn't touch it, but just out of nowhere it came barreling out at me, and it just chased me and chased me and chased me. And the only way I was able to get away from it, because I didn't have anything to fight with, was by jumping over like a hole in the ground, and it fell in, and then I was okay. But, alright, anyway, I think I am going to end it there. I'm already losing my voice a bit, allergies and whatnot. I need to go take care of my poor boy. Maybe I can grab him real quick and give everybody a quick hello. Thank you everybody for watching. Hold on one second. But I'll show you the people. Who are you mad at me? Hello, Mr. Meep. Yep. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get bit for that. I know, self-defense. How dare I touch you? How dare I? Sorry, bud. I pretty much only do that when I'm streaming. I like to show everybody my cat, and I don't have a way to do that without picking him up. My sweet little boy. Anyway, I think that's the end of the stream. I will put the archive up on YouTube within a few days. I'm not allowed to move it for like 48 hours or something. I'm not allowed to put it on YouTube because of Twitch's exclusivity thing, whatever. But it'll be up there before too long. And I don't know when I will stream again, but I'll try to do it at least every 2-3 weeks if I can. And yeah, if you're interested, if you're not part of the community and you wanna be a part of the community, the Discord is for everyone. It's public. You don't have to be a patron. If you want to play in the servers, it's just literally $1 a month as a small paywall to keep the griefers away. Didn't Twitch give that one up? Oh, did they? I'm not sure. The last I heard was that I had to wait 48 hours. So I've just been waiting 48 hours. The VOD is on Twitch, but if you want to watch it on YouTube, it'll be up there in a couple days. And I gotta go like wash my face and get all the pollen and dust off me because I'm so itchy. Thank you all for hanging out, and I hope I'll see you again soon. Bye.